Hello viewers, this is Bhavna Mehra. So today in the series of current affairs as well as economics, I will be discussing about interest-free banking system. So first of all, why I have taken this topic for now? Just because it is in news. As you all must be knowing that recently the finance minister of Pakistan, Ishaq Dar, announced that interest-free banking system they are going to implement in their country by 31st December 2027. Before discussing about what interest-free banking system is, let us see what exactly happened recently in Pakistan. So the State Bank of Pakistan and National Bank of Pakistan, both of them, they had withdrawn the appeal which they had earlier filed in the Supreme Court against the FSC. And what is this FSC? That is Federal Sharia Court, and its order to replace conventional banking system with an interest-free one that would fulfill the injunctions of Islam within 5 years. So basically what happened, that FSC had taken a decision regarding this, the interest-free banking system in Pakistan, but both of these banks, State Bank of Pakistan and National Bank of Pakistan, they had appealed against it because they wanted to run the economy and the banking system with the conventional banking system only. So, first of all, understand what Federal Sharia Court is. So the FSC is the only constitutional authority in the country, the country means Pakistan, designed to prevent enactment of un-Islamic laws by Parliament of Pakistan or comply with anything which is complying with Sharia law. So it is predominantly focusing on the examining the existing and the new laws of Pakistan. Now this court was established in 1980 during the government of President General Muhammad Ziaul Haq. Now, so this was the verdict. What was the verdict of FSC? See, there is a term written that is Riba. Riba is basically, in Sharia law, Riba is used instead of interest. So, the verdict of FSC was that every loan which extracts any additional amount upon the principal from the debtor is Riba. And hence, any amount that contains a burden on the payer, even at a slightest level, falls under this category. This category means Riba's category. So, it was prohibited. So, that is why both the banks, State Bank of Pakistan and National Bank of Pakistan, they withdrawn their case from the court. Okay, now when we talk about this interest-free banking, so it is basically this only. Interest-free means without riba. So, interest-free banking, which is a narrow concept within Islamic banking system, denotes a number of banking operations which avoid interest. Interest means riba. Now, let's discuss a bit of the history of interest-free banking. So, in 1963, the first modern Islamic bank on record was established in rural Egypt by economist Ahmad al-Nagar to appeal to people who lacked confidence in the state-run banks. So, on the model of profit sharing, in the Nile Delta town of Mithgamar, this bank was established, and that is why the name of this bank was Mithgamar Bank. And it was working purely on profit sharing model. But due to some political reasons, this Mithgamar experiment or Mithgamar bank was shut down by the Egyptian government in 1967, and somewhere you will be finding it 1967 and 8 also. Now, how can an interest-free banking system work? So basically these three parameters are there, though there are many more, but the important are these three. So that is Ijra, which is leasing. Murabah, that is profit and loss sharing partnership. And the third one is Musharaka. I hope my pronunciations are correct for these names, these terms, which is profit and loss sharing joint venture. Now let's discuss about it. First one is Ijra. So in this system, a bank purchases the asset on behalf of the client and allows its uses for a fixed rental rate. It means at fixed price for a fixed tenure, the person or the borrower of the loan will be paying or returning the amount, the fixed amount, to the bank. And when the entire amount has been returned to the bank, the ownership goes to that person only. Now, second one is Murabaha, that is profit and loss sharing partnership. Remember, it is profit and loss sharing. So if the bank is sharing profit, so it will also share loss if the person is facing the losses in business. So it means a sale on mutually agreed profit. Now, in this financing technique, an asset is purchased by the bank on a market price and sold to the customer at a mutually decided marked up cost. And the client is allowed to repay in installments. So if it is profit, that is shared by the bank and the person, or if it is loss, again it is shared by both the people. Now Musharaka, that is profit and loss sharing venture. Now see, it refers to a joint investment by the bank and the client. So you can say here that we are basically talking about equity sharing. Okay, now the bank and the client both contribute to the funding of an investment of purchase and agree to share the profit or loss, whatever that is, in agreed upon proportions. So whether it is a profit or a loss, that is shared by both the parties. Now, what is the difference between traditional banking and interest free banking? Now see, there are two diagrams and two kind of flow charts, and by this only it is very much evident that how both are different from each other. Now here in the first one, which is showing your conventional and the traditional banking system, the bank is actually lending the loan or the money to the client, and client is returning the principal amount along with interest to the bank. So this is the basic conventional banking system. But in interest-free banking system, what happens? Bank is lending goods and services to the client, and client is not returning any interest to the bank, rather returning whatever the principal amount was to the bank within a fixed price as well as fixed tenure. Now, as we have already understood this in interest-free banking system, let's see interest-free banking in India. So it is not again a new term in India, as per the report submitted to the government in 2008. A committee which was headed by Raghuram Rajan at that time. So he actually, in the report, this Sharia banking name was not mentioned, but they suggested, remember, they suggested the need to have a interest-free banking in India. So this is which was written there in the report. The non-availability of interest-free banking products result in some Indians, including those in the economically disadvantaged strata of society, and not able to access banking products and services due to reasons of faith. This non-availability also denies India access to substantial sources of savings from other countries in the region. So this is what the report said. Now in 2016, RBI had suggested that yes, we can take this interest-free banking system in India as one of the, as a pilot project, we can start it. But again, in this next year, that is 2017, in the reply of one RTI query, RBI denied it. RBI, however, said that it had decided to not pursue the proposal for introducing Islamic banking in the country, because RBI insisted on some other parameters, some other methods, by which India can strengthen its banking system. So after this, my question from you is, what is your take on interest-free banking system in India? So that's it for this video. I'll be coming soon with another interesting topic and my GK series. So meanwhile, you please like, share and subscribe my channel and keep supporting. Till then, take care. This is Bhavna Mehra signing off. Thank you.